Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Amir Harib bin Abdul Hadi. My matrix number is AD190129. Today I will present for my group report. The title is Sustainable Transport Solution for Schools, a comprehensive analysis of carbon emissions and powertrain replacement by my group Tutbo Titan. So I will go for the introduction. Our study aims to analyze transportation methods used for sending and fetching school children at Sekolah Kebangsaan Pintas Puding. We will focus on carbon emissions from public transportation and personal vehicles. Challenge include high cost, limited charging stations, and negative perception towards EVs. Addressing emission from outdated vehicles and promoting cleaner alternatives are crucial. Understanding the communities' need can help design tailored solutions such as carpooling and improved public transportation. The study aims to pave the way for a greener transportation system prioritizing the well-being of the school and its community. So for the objective, to evaluate the carbon emission produced in school area radius. Number 2, to determine the vehicle that produce the highest carbon emission involving school transportation. Number 3, to propose a suitable replacement for the current existing powertrain transport. Number 4, to provide the benefits and challenges that may be created upon adaptation of the low carbon powertrain transportation of vehicles. Next, for the scope of study, the study focused on transportation practice at Sekolah Kebangsaan Pintas Puding located in Parit Raja Batu Pahat, Johor. Data collection involved on-site observation and verbal interview conducted during the conservative week. The specific observation periods were between 6:45 am and 7:30 am as well as 1 pm and 2 pm each day. These time periods were selected to capture the morning rush hour and the end of school hours. The study focused on analyzing the daily transportation of approximately 40 children. The operating radius considered for the study is limited to the residential area of the school children, which is 15 km or less. So next, for the main findings. This chapter presents the main findings derived from the comprehensive data collection process conducted at Sekolah Kebangsaan Pintas Puding. The research project encompassed two parts, focusing on methodology of the study and data collection. The findings in this chapter lay the groundwork for addressing transportation challenges and formulating effective strategies to promote sustainable practices at Sekolah Kebangsaan Pintas Puding. For the methodology, this research project has two parts. In part 1, the investigation focused on the transportation method used by the community for school children. Data will be gathered on convenience, distance, and availability of different modes of transport. Carbon emission will be evaluated considering factors like vehicle types, fuel efficiency, and traffic condition. The study will analyze peak hour and end of the day carbon footprints, seasonal variations, and identify high and low emission sources. It will also assess the volume of polluting vehicles and factor influencing the adoption of cleaner transportation. Strategies will be developed to reduce carbon footprint, including alternative modes, carpooling, public transportation improvements, and incentivizing cleaner vehicles.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Farhan bin Shamsuddin. My matric number is AD190060. I want to continue our group presentation, which is analysis. For carbon emission evaluation for school van, the total carbon emission is 0.788 kg. For cars, 0.324, and for motorcycle is 0.108. Composition of primary and secondary emission load from bicycle. For the fuel type of petrol, that is chemical equation is C8H18. The primary emission is carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, particulate matter, volatile organic compounds, and benzene and other toxic air pollutants. For secondary emission for petrol is ozone. For diesel, the chemical equation is C12H23. For the primary emission is carbon monoxide, carbon oxide, particulate matter, volatile organic compound, sulfur dioxide, polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, carbon dioxide. For second emission for diesel is secondary organic aerosol. For carbon emission producer identification, comparative evaluation of high and low carbon producer. For school van, total daily carbon emission is 0.788 and for motorcycle is 0.108. You can see school van is the highest daily carbon emission than while the motorcycle is the lowest. It is because the school van is larger bicycle which is multi-base passenger. Higher carbon emission consume more fuels due to size and less fuel efficiency engine. Direct and indirect emission from fuel production and distribution. For motorcycle, it is smaller and lightweight bicycle and lower fuel consumption, fewer carbon emission, and may emit other pollutant impact air quality such as nitrogen oxide and particulate matter. That's all from and then strategies for carbon footprint reduction. For transit to electric bicycle, which is zero emission, battery powered, reduce reliance on fossil fuels, improve fuel efficiency, which is hybrid and PHEVs, efficiency driving technique, promote sustainable transportation, which is public transport, carpooling, walking, and cycling, smart transportation planning, mixed use, compact urban design, intelligent traffic management, support alternative fuels, which is biofuels, natural gas, hydrogen, and then infrastructure development, and eco-driving education and incentive, promote fuel efficiency driving, and other incentive for low emission option. For bicycle maintenance and waste disposal is regular maintenance for low emission and responsible waste disposal. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Faris bin Muhammad Noor. My metric number is AD190101. I will continue to the discussions. For the analysis discussion, the data collected showed that school vans had the highest carbon emissions among the three types of vehicle considered, followed by cars and motorcycles. The school van produced a total carbon emissions of 0.788 kg, while cars emitted 0.324 kg and motorcycles emitted 0.108 kg. This suggests that school vans, likely larger vehicles capable of carrying multiple passengers, contribute significantly to carbon emissions due to their size, potentially less fuel-efficient engines. Next, the analysis also identified the potential for reducing carbon emissions through the adoption of alternative powertrains and sustainable transportation practices. Transitioning to electric vehicle (EVs) emerged as a key strategy to mitigate carbon emissions. EVs produce a zero tailpipe emissions and rely on electricity, thereby reducing reliance of fossil fuels. Furthermore, improving the fuel efficiency of vehicles through technological advancement such as hybrid and plug-in hybrid electric vehicles can contribute to lower emissions, promoting sustainable transportation options beyond individual vehicle ownership, such as public transportation, carpooling, and active transportation modes, can also reduce the overall carbon footprints. Next, benefits of adoption low carbon powertrain transport. First, Environmental benefits. Electric vehicles, for example, produce zero tailpipe emissions, leading to improved air quality and reduced greenhouse gas emissions. Secondly, health benefits. By reducing air pollution associated with traditional combustion engines, such as nitrogen oxides and particulate matter, the adoption of cleaner powertrains can alleviate respiratory issues and other health problems caused by poor air quality. Lastly, energy independence and security. By relying on fossil fuels and utilizing alternative energy sources such as electricity and biofuels, countries can reduce their dependence on imported oils and achieve a more sustainable and resilience of energy system. That's the challenge of adoption of low carbon powertrain transport. First, initial cost. Electric vehicles, for instance, tend to have a higher purchase price due to cost of battery technology and infrastructure. Next, infrastructure development. Electric vehicle require a charging network that is easily accessible and widespread to ensure convenience and address range anxiety concerns. Lastly, limited range and charging time. While technology is rapidly improving, some electric vehicles still have shorter driving range compared to traditional vehicles, which may cause concern for long distance travel. Additionally, charging time for electric vehicle can be longer compared to refueling a conventional vehicle with gasoline or diesel.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Amir Shauki bin Muhammad Zaid with matric number AD19003 and I am going to continue our study with conclusion and recommendation. So, in our conclusion, the analysis of carbon emission in the school area radius provided valuable insight into the transportation practice and their environmental impact. The findings clearly demonstrate that school vans as larger vehicle contribute the most to carbon emission, followed by cars and motorcycles. This highlights the need for targeted measures to address the carbon footprint associated with school transportation, particularly by exploring alternative powertrain options and promoting sustainable transportation practice. Then, the analysis further revealed that transitioning to electrical vehicle and improving fuel efficiency through technological advancements are key strategies to reduce carbon emission. By using EV, which produce zero tailpipe emission, and adopting hybrid or plug-in hybrid electrical vehicle, the school community can significantly lower its carbon footprint. Then, to effectively address carbon emission in the school area, comprehensive planning and collaboration are essential. This involves adopting smart transportation system, implementing urban design that prioritize mixed-use development and compact layouts, and promoting alternative fuel. It also requires educating individuals about eco-driving technique and providing incentive for adoption of low-emission vehicles. Therefore, the findings of the analysis highlight the importance of prioritizing sustainable transportation practice and exploring alternative powertrain options to reduce carbon emission in the school area. Next, for our recommendation, hereby I show that there are few recommendations that we can do for our study. In further, the first one is promote electrical vehicle, then implement sustainable transportation initiative, then raise awareness and educate, collaborate with local authorities and stakeholders, overcome financial barriers, and monitor and evaluate progress. Thank you.